Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the happy hour. Hey, good to have you. Let's get some winners pouring, just like we always do here. Let's get right to the picks. Let's say hi to who we got here today. Hey, sorry for being late. Technical difficulties. I can't find the banner today. We made that nice little new banner, and I can't find the nice little new banner. So, hey, just we're still in the early process of figuring out these technologies. There was a banner, there wasn't a banner. Don't worry, we'll get a banner back going tomorrow. So let's just get right to it. Hey, Ramon, how's it going? How's the letterman? How are you doing today?
Well, I just want to shout you out, Rod, for your perfect 8-0 yesterday. We'll allow you not to find a banner when you're busy picking winners. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, just keep trying, right? You just got to get every day grind. You can't get too high on the good days. Can't get too bad on the low days. You just got to keep grinding. We're here for the long run.
I'll you out here.
Thanks, buddy. Welcome, Al. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Good to see you again, Rod.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's been one of those crazy afternoons. So, Mills, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the happy hour. Glad to have you. How you doing, buddy?
Oh man, it's good out here in Cali, man. Nice little sunshine, 2:13 p.m. Can't complain. Only thing I could do is grab that box of Kleenex because just another day as a Sacramento Kings fan that I'm crying about. We about to trade Darian Fox for nothing.
What are we doing, Mills?
Bag of basketballs? You just gotta get at least a bag of basketballs back, right?
Nah, a bag of Funyuns maybe.
Bag of onions? I would still hold out for the bag of basketballs. You can always use those. Definitely. But yeah, I've been there, done that. I remember they traded the great one away, right? For a bag of pucks and way back in the day. Good old Peter Puck traded Gretzky away for a bag of pucks. But
you don't talk about Martin Jelena like that, Rod.
Right? They threw him in there as a little add-on piece as to go with it. Hey Ron, how are you doing today, buddy?
Doing great, man. Spreadsheet kicked some butt again yesterday. Nice winning day. So let's get back at it.
All right. Let's get right to it. As we always do, we'll jump right into the NBA action. We'll break it up into a couple blocks. Let's just do the first four. We'll do Toronto heading into Washington. Toronto favored for the first time on the road this year, -6 in that one. We got Detroit heading into Indiana. Indiana's up to 6.5 in that matchup. Brooklyn heading into Charlotte. Charlotte 2-point favorite there. Cavs heading into Miami. Cavs 7-point favorite in that one. What do you think, Ramon?
Well, I want to start off the show with a bang, but I'm going to go to the Brooklyn-Charlotte game, guys, and I'll take I'll take the Nets here in this one. I think Charlotte's got a few pieces banged up. Maybe the Nets here. Look, they're still, it's not the best situation. They're still kind of profitable, and they're getting a few points here. So I'm not proud, but that's what I have marked down. Maybe I was hoping I was last, but I'm going to take Brooklyn here plus the down to 2 points. I think that kind of speaks volumes as to where the sharp money's headed on this one. Because Charlotte, they've had a few moments here over the last few weeks getting things kind of together, and we know Brooklyn's been bad, but obviously the move's on Brooklyn, and I'll take the Nets.
And how about you, Al? What do you think of those four NBA matchups?
Was Cleveland in that bunch?
Yes, they were. Cleveland, okay. Miami, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Toronto, Washington, Detroit, Indiana.
So again, like the Pacers first quarter, and I'd lean on them full game as well, but my stronger plays on the first quarter here just because of the spreads. And some injury updates for the Cavs here. It's been a while now, but didn't get this one on the morning show, so I thought I'd bring it up. Darius Garland is sitting this one out. So quite a few guys sitting out for the Cavs, but with no Jimmy Butler and everything else that's going on for the Heat, still like the Cavs here. We're getting a slightly better number without Garland too. So starting to like this full game number, but again, stronger plays on the first quarter.
And heading on over to Mills, what do you think of those four, Mills?
I'll start off with that Nets and Hornets game. Player props that I like in that one is going to be D'Angelo Russell over 16.5 points. He'd been having his career year when he was playing with Brooklyn. So now he's back on that team. And, he's feeling confident out there too, because he don't even got Cam Thomas that's averaging 24 points. He ain't even out there playing right now. Team-wise, I'm looking at the Hornets in this spot. I do think that cover on the money line, the over is a little bit too high for me to incline. Looking at the Detroit Pistons and Indiana Pacers, I think the Pacers got the series 2-1 right now. 6.5 points. They covered by that once. I think that's a little bit too much right now. Kate Cunningham's showing that he's been showing different strides right now in the Eastern Conference, actually trying to play better basketball. I'm going to be leaning to the Pacers to probably just win on the money line in there. Then looking at that Raptors game, I mean, they really haven't been favored too many times, but this is one of those teams to where when I seen the Wizards play back-to-back, I tried to take them with 17 points, I think, versus the Lakers. I even tried to take them with points against my Sacramento Kings. And when I seen that team out there play, man, it's not even a G League team, man. It's just horrible out there. And you see, they traded that one player, Deja. He's on Portland Trailblazers right now putting up mad buckets. So I don't think anything's good coming from the Wizards. I would think the Raptors would cover on the money line. And looking at that Cavs game, just give me Donovan Mitchell over 24.5 points.
All right. Thanks, Mills. Just quickly looking at these at the lineups. You look at the Pacers. It says Nembhard game time decision, Mathurin game time decision in that matchup. Still Ivy out with Detroit, but we know he'll be out for a little bit there. Toronto, Grady Dick game time decision. Olenek game time decision. Washington, Bagley, Bay, Brogdon out there. Looking at Chicago, Kobe White game time decision in that matchup. Boston. Still a few game time decisions there. I'm looking at Tatum, Horford, and Hauser game time decision in that matchup. Brooklyn and Charlotte, definitely a list still on Brooklyn. Bogdanovich, Clowney, Johnson, Lewis, Cam Thompson out. Charlotte, definitely Ball out, Green out, Man out, Martin out in those ones. So heading on over to Ron, what are you thinking those for to kick off the show?
Yeah, we know what the Celtics do after a loss straight up, and they're going to come back and they're going to smash the Bulls. You got the Bulls coming off that win against the Denver Nuggets too. So grab the Celtics, all the points you can get there. Miami Heat at home as an underdog the last 2 years is 1-14 against the spread. There's no way I'm trusting Miami. I wish I would have got Cleveland at 7. I had to get them at 8 this morning, but still, Cleveland's one of the best covered teams in the NBA. And yeah, hey, Toronto's actually favored, but you know what? They're playing the Washington Wizards. I don't trust the Wizards. They lose by 15 or they win straight up. And what do you think they're going to do? They'll probably lose by 15. So I would take Toronto in that one. Looking at Brooklyn and Chicago, same thing here. One of the best road covers, 16-9 against the spread. I got to go with the Nets in that one.
And for me, these few games, I'm looking at the Pacers. I got to lay with the Pacers there. They're playing some pretty good ball. Take out the one loss in France, which I think they kind of maybe handed it to someone just a little bit. Let them show it up a little bit there in that one. Other than that, the Pacers have definitely turned their season around from what we've seen early on. It wasn't pretty, but they're starting to play some solid defensive basketball, shooting the ball. I think got the Pacers by 10 plus in that one. And then I like the Cavs there. I just don't like the Heat. There's lots of background noise with the Heat going on right now there in that one. Cavs, they need to bounce back in a hammer down game. They haven't looked so good in their last few, but I think this is a spot that they get the job done there in that matchup. All right, heading on to we'll do the next 4. We'll go with Sacramento taking on the 76ers. In that one, we got the Kings favored by 8. Total 231.5 there. The Nuggets heading into New York. That's come down a little bit from this morning. Nuggets only a 2.5 point dog there in that one. Dallas heading into New Orleans. Dallas only a 1 point favorite there in that one. Bulls taking on the Celtics. That thing hasn't moved a budget an inch all day long. It's Boston plus 14.5 in that one. And we'll go. We'll start at the bottom. We'll hear with Ron this time. You kick us off.
Yeah, let's look at the Dallas Mavericks and New Orleans Pelicans. It's a revenge game for Dallas. They got jobbed on that goaltending call last time in Dallas. So I'm going to look for Dallas to bounce back from that revenge spot, and they should win pretty handily in this one. And I got to lay it with OKC. It's 12-8 on the road, and Golden State they haven't put it together. I don't know what the status of Curry, if you read that yet, but I figure he's going to play because they rested him yesterday. So I look at Curry to play, but still it'd be a Curry SGA type of game going back and forth. But I still think that Oklahoma City is just too much for them.
Hey, on over to Mills. What do you think of those four, Mills?
I start off with the Mavericks and the Pelican game. I like Zion Williamson to go over his point prop. It's around like 24 right now. He's been around that mark right now, hit that at a 60% clip. The thing about that team is DeJounte Murray back in the lineup, but he's not putting up those 16 to 18-point games out there. And if you're Zion Williamson, right now, I think this is the time though where you just got to go out there and show that you can play and be a liable asset. All this trade talk, why not get him involved? I mean, what is the New Orleans Pelicans doing? And I've been hearing that he might get traded to the Brooklyn Nets. With that being said, the Knicks versus the Nuggets, that's a good game right there. Last time they played, the Knicks beat the brakes off of them, man. I think it was like 140 to something. I do think both these teams are matched up well. They both got big men that can play. They got guard plays as well. But in here, I do lean that the Nuggets will be able to cover the points. So give me the points with the Nuggets. And then I'm taking Jokic over 27.5 points in that game. That's the only thing I'm really looking at in that spot.
All right. Sounds good. Heading on over to Al. What do you think of those four, Al?
Yeah, again, going to stick with the Mavericks here. I know it's probably not my strongest play of the night, but just liking the way they're playing a bit better than the Pelicans. Again, the Pelicans here a bit healthier, although they are dealing with a couple injuries. No Brandon Ingram. Okay, we've gotten used to that, but that's not any news. I mean, but again, just not putting anything together yet. So I'll trust the Mavericks here to get the job done on the road for us.
All right. Heading on over to Ramon. What do you think there in those four, Ramon?
Well, Mills is here, so I got to go to the Kings game against the Sixers. I already gave out the Kings on another show earlier, but I'm going to look to the total. Look at this thing, Millsy. This thing's up to 232, and I get it. The Sixers are definitely not playing very good defensively, and they've been going over quite a bit, but I just can't trust this move. Not with PG out, not with Drum out, not with Embiid out, and I got the Kings to roll, so I've got to go under 232 in this one. I think over is probably going to be pretty popular with the public, but that's a pretty big tax at this point for a Sixers team that really isn't looking too good. I'll go under, Rod.
Well, to add on that, Ramon, they're also on a back-to-back too, where Maxey just put up 40 points. So when you put up 40 points, you only going to have enough to give out there. And I don't think Kelly Oubre is picking up no 30-point game.
Right. And look at the injuries in that game. Martin, game time decision there, and yeah, just as Ramon mentioned, Drummond out, Embiid out, George out, just like yesterday. But see Maxon pumping in 40 plus again, which is what it would take. I think we need a 50 number to get over this total. So I definitely kind of agree with Ramon there.
Start with that original number, but
yeah, right. It's still 232. That's just too many there.
It's going up because, it opened up around like 228.5, 229, I see it there.
One of those that everybody's still
you stop there, Mills.
So wait, right? So on one of those things, I'm not in a hurry to bet the total, then wait till you get tip off, and you'll probably get a better number. Just continue to rise in that one. And it's looking at the other injuries that we got going in the Dallas game, same usual as always. Gafford in Washington, Klay Thompson, Dinwiddie, and Irving. And I think those five have figured some things out. So kind of like it there. On the Pelicans side of things, Hawkins, Ingram out. So they're getting healthy as well. And then looking at just Martin on the 76ers. Sacramento looks pretty healthy on that side. Josh Hart is the only thing on the Knicks that's questionable there. Denver's looking pretty healthy in that matchup. Garland out, Merrill's game time decision there, and the Heat looking pretty healthy in those matchups in there. So for me, these ones, I'm going to take the over between Denver and New York. I kind of like the track meet in that one. We've seen the Knicks definitely pick up their scoring, and we know the Denver Nuggets can be able to score some themselves. So at 242, I don't know if that's the highest total on the board. I'd have to do a quick little. It might be the highest total on the board.
The Knicks have scored 280 in 2 games.
Yeah, and you're looking at
Yeah, exactly. So give me the over 242 in that one. I think we definitely get a track meet scoring the 250 between those two in that one. And then I'm gonna take the Bulls in the first quarter. You know what the Celtics have done in the first quarter? They've lost 4 straight first quarters in that one. I think the Bulls gonna have a little bit. Maybe the Boston still from that travel from one side of the country to the other, still a little bit of a hangover. I think the Bulls come out hot. I've seen the Bulls completely collapse in the second half. I think they come out in the first quarter. So worth a big plus price for me to take a shot with that one with the Bulls in the first quarter there. All right, on to the last 3 of the night. We got the Clippers heading into San Antonio. Clippers 4-point favorite there in that matchup. We got Minnesota heading into Phoenix. Phoenix -1 favorite there, and then OKC heading into Golden State. That line's dropped a little bit. Was 10 down to 9.5 in most places. I mean, the biggest question mark there in the Suns game is Durant playing or is he not playing? I think he's out. Still game time decision there on Durant and Ryan Dunn with Phoenix. Nas Reed and Dillingham, game time decision there for Minnesota. At the Clippers side, you're looking pretty healthy there. Solid lineup. That should be a pretty good one. Same thing on the Sacramento side. On the Spurs side of things there. Curry, it looks like he's going to play most likely there. Green's still out. Holmgren out on the OKC side, but everybody else in. Should be a good matchup in that one. Heading on over to Ramon, what do you think of those 3?
Yeah, here I am just talking about the value, and I'm going to end up going under in Oklahoma City and Golden State. Don't look at the series history in this one because these guys are usually way over this total. They're a big time over against one another, but you look at that line move, even with Curry now in the game, open 228.5, 229. We're sitting right now at 224.5. So I was thinking premium when the day started, but I'm going to have to give it out here on the show. I'm still going to go under here. No value. Everyone wants to talk about value. No value, but I'm going under with Oklahoma City and Golden State.
And heading on over to Al. What do you think of this 3, Al?
Yeah, as he just mentioned, it's looking like Curry's getting more and more probable as we're getting closer to tip-off. And Kevin Durant, as well, as I mentioned in my video earlier, I had a feeling he was going to get the green light here. The injury was to his non-shooting hand, so he did go through shoot-around this morning, and I do expect him to play tonight. So, yeah, I like the Suns here.
Heading on over to Mills. What do you think of those 3 NBA action there, Mills?
I think the Spurs and Clippers game. I think the Clippers are really an improved team with Jeff Van Gundy as an assistant coach. Now that team's actually out there playing defense, something that we've never seen before. So I actually think that they'll be able to cover that 3.5 that they're getting against the Spurs. I think the Spurs are going to come out there, head in the lights. Hey, man, we about to get De'Aaron Fox. Who are we going to trade? We keeping Castle? We keeping Vassell? I don't know. Feather's going to be ruffled up in there because, you're going to have certain players that's like, I thought I was here with you. And then it was like, I'm here with you just until the deadline. So with that being said, give me Victor Wembanyama. I think he's going to have a big game. Take him over his points, 24.5. I also like him to go over his rebounds. It's at 11. And not just that, give me the trifecta. I'm taking him over 3.5 assists, hitting at a 60% clip. Parlay all 3 is plus 460 on the window. And then looking at that Phoenix Suns versus the Timberwolves, last time they played, Timberwolves squeaked it out 120 to 117. Both these players are going to have all the players that they really need in the lineup to score. 218 is a little bit too low not to go. Give me the over in that and Anthony Edwards to go over his points.
Nice. I'll lead with you to the over on that one. Heading on over to Ron. What do you think of those 3?
Yeah, looking at Minnesota and Phoenix, one of the systems that I've always used is a team that's getting points at home. That's a winning team. They're 15-8 at home on the money line. Take the Phoenix Suns plus the points.
And for me, looking at those ones, for me, I like the Suns there if Durant plays. That's the big question mark for me before I make the bet. If I hear that he's in, so far he's still a game time decision. If he's in, I'll take the Suns. If he's not, I'll take the Timberwolves. The only question there for me in that one. And then the other one, I'm looking at the Clippers and Spurs. I'm going to lay with the Clippers there. Clippers looked real good last game. They just got themselves behind a little bit, like they always do, and then came roaring back. They had a chance to win it late. And at 4, that's definitely come up from where it was. think the rumblings in the background, as Mills alluded to, I think might be a distraction more than a hindrance there. So Wembanyama can go off, but I still think the Clippers get the job done in that one and win by 6-7. So I like the Clippers there to get it done in that one. I think they've won how many straight against the Southwest West Division? 14 straight of the Clippers as road favorites against the Southwest Division. So give me the Clippers in that matchup. All right, hang on to the college slate of tonight's action. Let's see. We'll go. Where do we divide it up to? Let's see.
Hey, Rod, I was just stopping in real quick. Got to go get the kids from daycare and stuff like that before the school rings. So, but appreciate everybody watching this video. If you guys want our exclusive premium picks, you know what to do. Head on over to TonyPicks.com. Hey, also, stay tuned. We're dropping the UFC over and under video. That's going to be coming out tomorrow on the channel as well. And appreciate everybody out there on the panel and the chat. All we're going to do is cash. See y'all next time.
Good luck, Mills.
Glad to have you, Mills.
Thanks.
Have yourself a good one. Good luck tonight
Enjoy
with all your bets.
Enjoy that 6 a.m. start time with your UFC this week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's head on into the college basketball slate of action. What we'll do is we'll do all the way up to, let's just do all the way to the end of the 7 p.m. Eastern games because that's a big slate. It's a massive slate, right? So otherwise, you got to, so we'll do that. Everything from 7 p.m. Eastern backwards. We'll head on over to Ramon to kick it off. What do you think there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm picking one out here with the Citadel and Mercer, and I'm going to take under in this one. I think this matchup is just going to lend to it. I think it's down to 143.5. I want to say right now with maybe 144.5 here. I'm seeing it a few books, and even Bovada's a little higher. So I'm going to take the under here in this one. Yeah, Mercer does have a tendency to go over in these home games, but they're a double-digit favorite here, and I wonder about Citadel's ability here to crack into the 60s tonight. So I'm going under here with Citadel and Mercer.
All right, heading on over to Ron. Next up here on the college basketball slate. Hold on.
Yeah, I got a couple for you, the Big 12 and SEC here. So looking at Houston and West Virginia, Houston's coming off that miracle win at KU. It's a big letdown spot if you look at this. West Virginia got blown out in Cougar Town earlier this season. I think West Virginia can come back and at least cover this spread. I don't think they'll win outright, but I think they cover easily. Texas Tech is a monster at home, and you don't fade them. So I think Texas Tech minus 11.5 is really easy. I'd go extendo on the Red Raiders in that one. And let's see what else we got. Auburn, of course, my boys. They just don't cover on the road, and they're coming off a very defensive, aggressive game with Tennessee where they almost lost. If you look at Auburn's last 3 results, they're winning the game straight up, but it's like really close. It's 3 points, 5 points, 6 points, 2 points. On the road, and they've never been that team that could win and cover on the road. So I'm going to look at LSU in that one.
All right, heading on over to Al. What do you think in that slate of college basketball action?
Yeah, and the early ones here, I like Virginia Tech and Wisconsin, 2 road dogs here. 2 offenses, I think, just going to keep their teams in the game. So I think we're getting a lot of value here. The line on Virginia Tech is just getting better as well. So maybe wait on that one and get a better number as it gets closer to tip-off. But again, I love both these road dogs to at least keep these games competitive, if not pull any upsets off here. I mean, more Wisconsin or Virginia Tech. I'm just hoping they keep it within the single digits.
Alrighty, for me in this section of action, I'm still like Queens here, getting the points as the home dog. I know Queens hasn't looked. They've lost 3 straight, but back at home here, I think this is a nice little bounce back spot for Queens. You're going to give me 3 points with them at home. The way that I've seen them play, I think this is definitely a bounce back spot versus Northern Alabama. Give me Queens plus the points in that matchup. And then I like that over in Auburn and LSU on the road. I think that ends up at it's a 149.5. And I think that we see some points in that one. LSU is going to push the pace to try to get some scoring going. Auburn's going to have to keep up. So I expect a higher scoring game than what we normally see there in that matchup. Give me the over 149.5. And then I still like UNC Greensboro. It was 1.5 this morning. It's up to -2. As I said, I still think they win by 5 or 6 in that matchup. And I agree. Still give me West Virginia there plus the 9.5. You're trusting Houston on the road. I don't think this Houston team's the same Houston team we've seen over the last couple seasons. So I agree with Ron there on that one. I got to take West Virginia plus the points. And then I just see Chattanooga games, and I'm just going to take the over. As our buddy Chris alluded to many times, they don't play a whole lot of defense there in Chattanooga. So, and they've been able to score some points. So at 147.5, I think we get well into the 150s there in that matchup. All right, on to the next slate of action. Let's see. There's some good late games, right? So let's just finish the card off here in the college basketball slate. We'll do everything from the 7:31s onward, all the way to the late night one that ends with Syracuse taking on Stanford. We'll go reverse order. We'll head on over and see what Al's got for us here in that slate of college basketball action.
You said Al?
Yeah, over to Al.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with just double checking here. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State here to keep things close here. I'm gonna expect their defense to lead to some offense here based on some steals and them pushing the pace. And again, just I think we're getting a few too many points and loving the value there on Oklahoma State.
Alrighty,
Alabama too. I saw someone saying that in the comments. Or is that the next bunch?
All that we covered the rest of the slate. So
the rest of the night.
7:30
Bama, I'm on Bama as well. I think a great spot here on the road. Forget the 1.5. Just take them on the even money or money line, any little plus money you can get, and go with Bama here.
All right, heading on over to Ron. What do you think there in the late night action?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the old that old spot because when Al and I agree for the last couple of nights, we've been money. So I'm on Virginia Tech with you too, Al, on that one. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you as well on your Alabama play. I think there's just too much offense for high tide. Yeah, too much. Yeah, high tide. Too much because you ain't going to hear an Auburn fan say the other one. So I'll say high tide all day long. So yeah, look at Alabama in that one, and I agree again with Al on this Oklahoma State. I do not trust K-State. I don't care if they're at home, on the road. They got lucky against West Virginia in my mind last weekend, but yeah, I think that's too many points for a Kansas State team to lay in that one. And we have another game here, DePaul. Hey, yeah, you know the good thing about DePaul, you got to have the Peacock to watch it tonight. Yeah, UConn smokes them.
I'm gonna take the ball in the first half of that game tonight. In that one, why? Because UConn at home this season, they're a good old 0-9 ATS in that first half. Maybe they're gonna turn things around instead of the complete collapse in the second half. Maybe they slow start and DePaul gets them a little bit, and then UConn comes out of that half and is like punch. And then beats DePaul late. Because I agree. I think UConn covers the spread late. But I think DePaul keeps it close in the first half. Especially you're going to give me 8.5 in the first half. Sorry about that. I headed on over to Ramon. What are you thinking?
No, you can call me Al. Alabama, Birmingham. I'll take the UAB. I'm going to go a little different. I'm going to take the UAB Blazers tonight against Tulsa. I'll keep it in Alabama here. Look, this one given a little bit of a discount, was as high as 8 or 8.5, and they've owned this series. 5 straight winning covers over Tulsa. Tulsa does a pretty good job at home, but this one's already seen some pressure to the under, and I think that favors UAB. They're coming off that loss against Memphis to snap their winning streak. Tulsa's just 7-11 against the spread this season. I'm going to lay the points with Alabama, Birmingham on the road tonight, Rod.
All right, sorry, jump the slot. For me, I'm looking at, you know what, I don't trust Ole Miss here. Give me Texas plus the 7. Trusting Texas on the road is another another ball of wax too. But I got to take it. Give me Texas plus the 7 in that one. I don't trust
Ole Miss, Rod. I'm
done with so I just thought, yeah, exactly right. I was on him once, burned me. I was on him twice, burned me. So I got off them and I watched somebody else get burnt on. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I like that one too. I forgot I got it this morning.
Oh,
But
Done with them.
give me Texas in that matchup there. And, you know, another one I like. I don't know. I don't like Rutgers on the road here. I'm going to lay it with Northwestern. Plenty of times we've seen Rutgers at home. They play some pretty good basketball on the road. It's a whole nother ball of wax there in that one. So I'm going to go with Northwestern, lay the points. As I said on the morning show, I think it's a 10-point win there, or 10-plus point win for Northwestern in that matchup. And then the other one, Syracuse in this spot. I'm going to take Stanford in this spot. Not a long way to go from Syracuse. They're a long way from home. And I just like the way Stanford's been playing. It's like I got them the extended line. It's up to 12 and a half in places. So people are with me that we're going to Stanford stomp spot. I took Stanford minus 14 and a half. That's a nice plus 125 there in that matchup. All right, we're going to skate on over onto the NHL action and see what we got going over there tonight on the ice. We're going to split this one up. Let's just do let's do it all at once. We only got 5 games. We'll go Los Angeles taking on the Panthers. We got Minnesota taking on Toronto. Vancouver taking on Nashville. We got Philadelphia taking on the Devils. And we got Pittsburgh taking on Utah. What do you think over there in those 5 NHL games, Ramon?
I'm going to go to the bottom of the slate on this one, Rod, with Pittsburgh and Utah. The first meeting of the season was a Utah 6-1 win on the road. We've seen, at times Utah can get into these tight, low-scoring games. We know that Pittsburgh did own this franchise when they were known as the Coyotes in their 2 meetings every year. Pittsburgh used to always beat them, but man, Utah's got a lot of things going for them, in their new city and everything. But as far as the game here is concerned, I think with Ingram and Nedeljkovic tonight, I'm going to end up on the under here in this one. I don't think Utah is going to be getting 6, even though they did last game. So I really question Pittsburgh scoring ability right now. And this flat 6 here, Rod, I'm going to go under with the Pens and Utah Hockey Club.
Heading on over to Ron. What do you think of the NHL slate of things tonight?
Yeah, I'm always on the Minnesota Wild, but it's, I think, a nice bounce back spot for Toronto. I know Minnesota's probably been the best team on the road this year, but I'm gonna look at the Leafs in this one. And when Nashville is actually favored at home, they do well. It doesn't make sense. And I'm not seeing Kevin and net. I'm seeing Thatcher, right? So I'm gonna go with Nashville at home in this one.
Heading on over to Al. What do you think of the NHL slate of things tonight?
Yeah, as I mentioned this morning, definitely not my favorite card of the year, but I had to agree with you on the Wild, and that number's going down now. So a lot of money, I'm guessing, coming in on the Wild here. The Maple Leafs just overvalued a little bit there, and a good team, but just overvalued. And again, as much as I want to see the Pittsburgh Penguins turn things around, it's just not going to keep holding my breath for that one. So slight lean there as well. And then where I did disagree with you, though, is I went Panthers. I think going to go against my Kings here. They let me down last time. I thought they were in a decent spot. Now on the road against the Panthers team, it's a pretty good team here. So I'll take the Panthers -1.
And for me in the NHL slate of things, I'm going to go with the Utah Hockey Club there in that one. Just as I said on the morning show, this Pittsburgh Penguins team, they're on the back end. This is game 7 for this Pittsburgh Penguins team. So they've been out on the road for 11 nights now. They just want to go home. You look at their last 3 games, they mustered 1 goal, 1 goal, and 1 goal. So I kind of like Ramon's.
That's like 4 out of 5 too, right?
Yeah. So they've just been struggling to light the lamp. Just been struggling to light the lamp. So I like the Utah Hockey Club. I know they haven't been playing the greatest hockey, but it's time for one of those spots that the Utah Hockey Club gets up for this one. Take them on the puck line. You get a nice plus 180 on that one. That wraps up the NHL slate of things. Now we head on over to the we got a parlay. You got to play a prop. You got a game in the future, whatever you like, and then let everybody know what you got going tonight over at Tony's Picks. Heading on over to Ramon to kick us off.
Yeah, I got a few plays for you tonight. I'm going to roll, Rod, with a parlay here in college basketball. I'm going to start here with the 7 o'clock hour, and I'm going to go over with Duquesne at St. Joe's tonight. We head up there, and I'm going to go over in this one. I think right now the total here sits at, we do want to get this right for you, 137.5 at the sharp books. I think you're going to see the square books of a half a point or a point lower. So I think that's the indicator right there. So give me the over for leg number 1 there. Also, Oklahoma State and Kansas State. I'm going under here, Rod. This is a pretty hardcore under series with these two, and with Oklahoma State on the road. Look, it's a pretty big number here. It feels like to me right now, sitting at 143. So give me the under there. It's already moved down 2 points, but I'm going to throw it in this parlay here tonight. And over in the Big Ten tonight, I'm going to take another total here with the game between Rutgers and Northwestern. I got to go over here. I know there's been some pressure here to the under. I'm sure it's from the Sharps tonight. So call me square. It's down 2 points to 139, but the over is my play on the parlay. So Duquesne, St. Joe's over, Oak State, K-State under, and Rutgers and Northwestern over. You can, I could promo here, right, sir?
Yeah, definitely. That's what you did. Yeah.
That's where you did. Okay, great. Yeah, I've got a package of plays over in college basketball for this big card tonight. That's kind of where I'm rolling my big card, if you will, with this big schedule. So pick up my college basketball card tonight, or I've got an NBA package as well. And my $19 discount pick is in the NHL tonight. So I'm looking to get it rolling, Rod Zawacki style. I know you don't like me saying it, Rod, but after that troll came in here and said, do these guys know what they're talking about? And my man Rod rolls an 8.
Don't be like Bob.
But I'm
don't be like Bob.
Bob. Thank you, Rod.
No
Use
problem.
that promo code Tony T to save 15%.
Definitely. Don't forget that promo code Tony T. Check
Hi,
out and definitely make sure that you subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of the content that drops. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Heading on over to Ron. What do you got for the fine folks here today?
Yeah, I hate the NBA slate and I hate the NHL slate. So I'm going to give you 3 in college basketball. We're going to go. I love that you mentioned it. I didn't, but I love that Stanford spot, Rod. I'm with you on Stanford in that one. Texas Tech rolls at home. Just keep playing them. And high tide. Give me Bama on the money line in that one. So hopefully I don't get burned like I did on, freaking Pittsburgh and North Carolina. I don't know. We'll see. But I think Alabama's just a better team there. What do I got? I got my NHL slap shot play, another winner last night. NBA 3-point play, another winner last night. So grab those up while you can.
Nice. What do you got for everybody else?
I'm seeing the Suns are officially no longer dogs, so I think you know what that means about Kevin.
That means
Durant.
Kevin's in.
Yeah, there's nothing official yet, but as I said, I had a strong feeling he was going to play, and that pretty much confirms it there. So I'll take the Suns here and go ahead and take the Bulls +9 in the first half, and give me the Cavs first quarter.
And for me, in this little parlay spot, I'm going to take the Utah Hockey Club. We're going to throw in Stanford in that spot. And then UNC Greensboro, lay the 2 there in that matchup, little 3-teamer. For me, heading over to Tony'sPicks.com. Hit the link. It's in the description. Get you right on over there. You can find my best bets. I got my NHL sniper play tonight. Singly, rolling along in it. I got my NBA drop a dime play. Been solid in it, and then I've got a 5-pack in college basketball. So definitely head on over, check it out. But the best way to go is long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. Can't go wrong with that as well. I'm not the only hot capper over at Tony's Picks. You can see plenty of us there on the leaderboards kicking butt. So definitely jump aboard. Let's put some cash in your pocket today. When you get there, use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everybody that tunes into the happy hour. Sorry about being late. Hey, look, the banner showed up right at the last end of things. Did you see that?
We got the banner.
The banner showed back up. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, Mills
no longer the morning show. It's the banner. It's
no longer the morning show. We alluded right into it.
Looks great, you guys. Looks great.
Yep.
Quickly at the injury report. the Raptors now. Grady Dick is out. Olenek is out officially there for the Raptors on that one. Looking at Boston, still Tatum game time decision. Hauser game time decision. Horford game time decision in that one. And then I've refreshed a couple times and circled around a couple times, and it's still Durant game time decision.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Rod, for
game.
pronouncing
Definitely,
Kelly Olynyk's name correctly. I always hear people mispronouncing that one.
I'm not the greatest at pronouncing some people's names because I
hear
apologize. I have
Olnick
butchered
and
some,
Alnick.
but I got
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, I got that one.
Kelly
right
Olynyk.
down. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Any last fine words for anybody before we head on out tonight?
Good luck to everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Be like Rod.
Be like
Appreciate
Bob.
everybody that tunes in. Like I said, make sure you subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Costs you nothing. Helps us out a ton. Appreciate everybody. Have yourself a wonderful night. And yes, definitely don't be like Bob.
Like
Don't
that
be
out.
like Bob.
I like